What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to take a few moments to highlight the Mr. X DLC for Streets of Rage 4. Now, if you're unaware, Streets of Rage 4 was actually one of my favorite games that year. I actually did a review on it a while back, right around the release window of the game. I spent about a week on it and I made a review. So if you haven't seen my original review of Streets of Rage 4, I'll leave a link down below in the description, and I'll also leave a card up top. So if you guys, want to check that out and drop your opinion on it as well, definitely feel free to do that and I'll appreciate it. But today we're talking about the DLC, Mr. X's Nightmare. If you're unaware of the DLC, essentially what this is, it is an I would call it an expansion, because they did add some really cool things here. They did do some quality of life updates, and we're going to kind of go through what the DLC has and, kind of give you guys my opinion on it. Of course, like usually with these videos, it is unscripted, but I do have some notes here on my phone to kind of help me kind of go through what they actually did. So I'm going to go start with that. Number one, survival mode. So survival mode, if you're not aware of that, it is one of the draws to the DLC. It's probably the main mode a lot of you are going to spend a lot of time on. With survival mode, what kind of surprised me with it, it looks like they took more of a roguelike inspiration from it. So I don't know if they played Hades and got inspired, or any just roguelike game in general. But with the survival mode, essentially you can pick your favorite character. You have all the characters there from the jump. You can pick your favorite character and you go through these different levels. But as you clear different stages, you get to select a perk before you go into the next room. Very similar to a game I played on this channel recently, Hades. So when you select your perk, your character get a character buff or some sort of benefit, and then you go into the next room, and the rooms are procedurally generated and they get harder and harder and harder as you progress. So it's a very fun way to play Streets of Rage. This does have co-op, so if you have friends, I know for a fact that this is gonna be a very fun time to play with friends, and I'm actually looking for people to play. So if you're down to play Streets of Rage 4 survival mode with me on Twitch or something like that, definitely send me a message or drop a comment down below and we can definitely do it. By the way, I'm playing it on Switch, so I'm definitely down to play some survival mode with some of you guys and have a great time with that. So survival mode is great, and what I like about survival mode as well is whatever character that you choose, they have different levels, and as you play through survival mode with these characters, you can unlock new moves and just new perks for that particular character. So definitely I'm going to be spending a lot of time playing survival mode. It may be like a game I'm going to throw on just to kind of round out my Twitch streams and things like that. So I could definitely see myself spending some time with this for a while. So yeah, survival mode. The next thing that we have here is the 3 new characters. Now we have Estel, which is a boss character. All 3 of these guys are boss characters. Estel, who is a super bad police woman. Like, she is like, her gameplay style is very aggressive. Like, I just love being able to just pull off these combos and grab enemies and just beat them down. She is great. She is great. I love that aggressive style. Her style is very in your face and aggressive, and I love it. And being able to play as boss characters in games is always something I look forward to. So, and they feel like boss characters. Like, they feel super powerful and feel like I shouldn't be playing with them. But Estel, she's definitely a standout character for me. Now, the only drawback I have for her is I don't really like her movement speed. It's a little too slow for me. And I can say the same thing about Max Thunder as well. Now, Max Thunder, he's kind of like a tank character. So think like Incredible Hulk or like Mike Hager from Final Fight. He hits very hard. He has a lot of room clearing attacks where if a lot of people are surrounding him, he can kind of get them off him. But again, with these buff characters like this, or like super huge characters, their movement speed. That's the only thing that kind of kills it for me with Max Thunder. And last but not least, we have Shiva, which is my standout character. Now, me, when it comes to Streets of Rage 4, I was always that Adam Harper guy. Adam Harper, he had a great combo game. He was fast. Like, Adam was my dude in the base game of Streets of Rage 4. That's why I put him in the thumbnail of my review. But that's gonna change, because Shiva, yo, fam, he not only is he fast, his attacks, his combos, like, this dude, he feels like a boss character. Like, he feels broken. Like, I feel like this makes the game way too easy with him, but he's great. So out of all the boss characters they introduced, Shiva is definitely my standout and the one that I'm probably gonna pick the most when it comes to survival mode, or if I decide to replay through the story again. But all 3 characters are great, and like, again, like most beat 'em ups, fighting games, you're gonna gravitate to the character that suits your playstyle more. So if you like the heavy hitting Max, or if you like the brutality of Esther, Estelle, or if you like, you know, the more kinetic movement was Shiva, they're all going to be there for you to experiment with. So definitely pick the character that you like the most. And yeah, the next thing that they added was a training mode. So if you want to like perfect your combos or just try out new things and try out the new moves they introduced here, the training mode is there for you to do. And you can definitely pick up some great tips and tricks while in the training mode. So it's kind of great that they kind of put that in there. You know, you see that a lot in fighting games, but I don't think we see that too much with beat 'em up. So this is a really good thing to have if you really want to kind of master the Streets of Rage mechanics. So you also have a new difficulty. So if their base Streets of Rage was not hard enough, you have a new difficulty. So you're welcome. And that pretty much kind of wraps up. Now they did, with the recent update, they did kind of buff some characters. They did kind of fix certain things with certain characters. And I'm going to leave an article that has a list of everything they did with the latest update, which that portion is free. So the update with the character buffs and all that, as long as you're running the latest version of Streets of Rage 4, you're going to have that. But the only thing you're not going to have until you get the DLC is the survivor mode, all that. So make sure you buy the DLC alongside with the update. But they did change some things around with some characters. And I don't know, but playing as Axel did feel better this time around, because I know during the base game, Axel, he was great, but I had some issues with him with his jump, but I think they kind of fixed a lot of things with some of the base characters that people were kind of complaining about. So that's a great addition. They also have new music tracks, new art, new weapons. So this is, again, this is a perfect reason to revisit Streets of Rage 4. Right now on the eShop, the DLC is roughly like $6, I believe. They actually had a sale on there. So yeah, it's totally worth it. So if you're a fan of Streets of Rage 4, the base game, and you want an excuse to revisit it with some brand new modes, definitely check out the Mr. X DLC. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So with that being said, guys, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.